I've been asked a lot what's going on in the world today, and I'm a doctor of counseling psychology, but I got a master's in sociology, and so I didn't realize how that was helping me study the unfolding of what's going on in the earth. But by the early 80s, I could see that we were in a time of a speed up of consciousness, something unheralded in the world. And so consciousness has been expanding. Around A Course in Miracles, they call it the celestial speed up, but things are moving in a much quicker way. To the point where since 1960, the last 50 years, it's like we have grown as much as they did the 2,000 years beforehand. And so as we keep growing, the fractures that are in our minds, the splits in our mind, and every place we have a role or a personality, it's a split mind. And so these come to the surface. So we're not just moving forward, we're also facing challenges, in a much quicker way. And if we don't deal with the challenges, they can show up as a catastrophe and even as a cataclysm. But we have the power to do that. Now, by 1980, long before I heard about the Mayan calendar, my own surmise, my own intuitive guess was that there was a window open of opportunity that would culminate, that would climax by about 2012. And that we had this opportunity to go from a world that was competitive, dissociated, and independent to a world of friends helping friends, where people worked together, where there was love and bonding and interdependence. And if that occurred, it would change our whole way of life. Buckminster Fuller made a study, about 25 years ago, and his scientific study was that if we all cooperated, everyone in the earth, the poorest person today in 10 years would be richer than the richest person today. This sounds like an unheralded opportunity. We went from a stage of dependence, and it's like when we're children and in our first relationship, where we're dependent on our family, we're dependent on our partner, we're dependent on everyone around us, and this led to heartbreaks. We were, so many things happened that distracted us, that so many things happened that we just believed in God and country and church and school and government to just lead us in the right direction. And sometimes there were places where we were so disillusioned and so heartbroken and so burnt out that we became very independent. The key now, because in independence you work as hard as you can, but you can't receive, because you're defending against that old heartbreak, that old dependency, that old guilt. And so you get to this place of dead zone, or you get to a place where your relationships feel dead, or there's fights. But right now we have this opportunity to leap forward to partnership. And the way I've found to do that, after studying this, after asking for the answer, is that if we treated everyone as our friend, if we thought of everyone as our friend, if we acted toward everyone as our friend, so it became a world of friends helping friends. So it became a world of cooperation, it became a world of independence. And it's a simple thing. Not everybody thinks they can be a leader, but everybody wants to be a good friend. Would you be a good friend to the people in your family? Would you be a good friend to your partner? Would you be a good friend to yourself? Would you be a good friend to everyone around you and treat them as if they were your friend? People all the way across the earth, would you think of them as your friend? Not judge them, but help them. This is what we need. It's a simple concept, but one that everybody could get behind. And we can go to a level of partnership. If we make this in this window of opportunity by 2012, we'll all succeed to a greater level. Now, the ego has more defenses based just before we get to partnership than in any other area of the mind. It's the area I call the dead zone. And where each stage of growth has one major trap, this has 4 major traps. And so, but we can get through this if we give ourselves wholeheartedly, if we commit to the next step, if we commit to the people around us. Because when you commit, when you give yourself with all your heart, you don't just get over one problem, you get over a whole mountain range. And since every problem has a root in fear of the next step, this commitment and giving yourself totally is one of those giant answers. To be a friend to everyone, to be a friend to the earth, to be a friend to humans and animals, to be a friend to heaven. One of the biggest things I have found is that the biggest gift I could give of all the things that have touched my heart is to be able to help my colleagues' children. If I could help them, it was the greatest gift I could ever give them if they were in trouble, because they couldn't help. But I could step in from my position and help their kids. And listen, our Father needs help with his children. So would you give this greatest gift that you could give to heaven by helping the children? They're all our children. They're all our friends. You can make the difference. All these splits are coming up, but with friendship, you can get through anything. Let's do it. Let's take this opportunity. Let's leap forward. Thank you.